Welcome to Doctor's Homestead. My name's Daniel.
And I'm Janet.
And this is our 2-year anniversary on YouTube.
Yeah.
Not 2-year wedding anniversary or anything like that.
No.
Not 2-year homesteading anniversary, but
No.
2-year anniversary on YouTube. On this day 2 years ago, we started a YouTube channel, and we're going to talk about it. Right, we're going to talk about why we started a YouTube channel, what we're all about, maybe a little bit about our lives, but mostly about the channel, how we got here to be Two Doctors Homestead. Mm-hmm. Right, and someone even asked recently, why two doctors? You guys don't really seem like the type that use the doctors a lot. We're not living on that, and we don't. And we'll talk about that a little bit as well. Not sure how long the video is going to be. We're just going to talk about...
You just roll with it.
Right, we're rolling with it. Life on Two Doctors Homestead. So you can see I've got some notes and something we'll mention. We're not scripted. None of the videos are scripted. We don't have a teleprompter set up. We don't really go over in detail, what we're going to say. But I do notes. Mm-hmm. I have topics, bullet points that we want to make sure we hit as a reminder. And sometimes in the videos, I'll read something. If I'm quoting something, I'll read something. But it's just natural. It's just we're talking.
Right, that's why we don't know how long the video is going to be.
Don't know how long the video is going to be. Oh. Don't really know necessarily where we're going to go with this. We don't edit much, right? Rarely.
No.
It's just one shot, one take. We're sitting down, we're filming. Unless something super disaster happens, we roll with it.
Right.
It is what it is, right? So most of the videos, all the videos you see are going to be one shot, one take, unscripted. We're just getting in front of the camera and we're talking.
Yeah.
And there's that 10,000 hours theory. If you spend 10,000 hours doing something, you can be an expert.
Oh, okay.
And maybe 10,000 hours from now, we'll be YouTube experts.
On YouTube, amazing.
We'll be YouTube superstars. So can you. You too can be a YouTube superstar 10,000 hours. It's a theory. It's a theory. If you spend 10,000 hours on something, whether it's art, music, whatever it is, eventually you
I can spend 100,000 hours on art and I'm still not
be an
gonna
expert.
video.
Well, so much for that theory.
Yeah.
I didn't write the theory.
Threw that out the window.
Right.
I can't draw stick people.
Can't draw stick people, right.
Yeah.
So 2 PhDs, loving life on our homestead. That's our about, more or less. So we were living in the suburbs of Chicago. Mm-hmm.
Chicago.
9 years ago now, when we came down here. Probably about 8 years. 8 years we've been here. I was working in the Loop. Once again, I don't talk about work, and I'll get into why I don't talk about work, but I was working in the Loop. Yeah. We were living in the suburbs, took the train every day.
Yeah, you were a train guy.
I was a train guy.
I always worked in the burbs.
Right, she was a burbs girl. I was a train guy, took the train into work. Yeah. And we wanted out. We had wanted out of the big city for a while.
Yeah, I grew up there, so for me, that's all I knew.
Yeah.
And I found myself buying houses that were at the end of roads.
Further out.
Where there were empty lots next to it and forests behind, because I just wanted a little bit of peace.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, just wanted out. We'd been talking about it for a while. We knew we wanted chickens maybe. We wanted some land.
I didn't know any of that.
We didn't know any of that. We talked about it.
I mean,
we wanted some
chickens,
land. Right.
We wanted land.
You didn't like the chickens in the beginning.
No, they scared me.
Right, you didn't like the chickens. We knew we wanted land.
Yeah, I wanted to be away from people.
We wanted to be away from people.
I was tired of being in the city.
Right. I mean, we had a neighbor that would just walk into the house.
She would just,
And we weren't like friends like that. She would just walk into the house.
If my garage door was open, she just walked right in.
We'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You just walk in. So we didn't want that. We wanted to get away. It took a couple of years, and we talk about relocation, right? Strategic relocation, any kind of relocation. There's a lot behind it. There was a lot behind us getting down here. Right, stars had to align,
It takes a lot.
Got to find work. If you can't just relocate in your job, so I had to find a new job. We had to find a place to live. We had to move all our stuff, get set up. So there's a lot involved in moving. If you've never done it, if you've done it, you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, it's a big deal.
Yeah, especially when you have kids.
When you got kids, right, trying to move something like that is a big deal. So it took a lot to get down here, to Texas. Something interesting is people I work with ask why I live where we're at, and people have asked us that. Obviously on the channel, we're probably not going to tell you where we live, but we'll say North Texas. We didn't really pick this house. We didn't really pick this town. We had criteria.
Yeah.
Right. We had a list of criteria that we wanted: minimum number of acres, minimum number of bedrooms. We had criteria. Everybody has criteria. At the time, the housing market in Texas was just intense.
Yeah, a house would go on the market and it would be sold by noon.
Yeah.
With multiple offers.
With multiple offers,
that
yep,
year, yeah.
yep, right. So, I mean, they were flipping in a day, in 2 days. So I was down here working, and we were looking for a place. Janet was still in Illinois, trying to sell the place we were living in, and we had to find a place. Like, we were selling the house, and we hadn't found a place yet.
Yeah.
Right? And I think there was 1 week where I fired the real estate agent.
Yeah, because by the time I got listings, the houses were already pending.
Already sold, yeah. And maybe it wasn't the agent's fault, but we were getting frustrated. Like, I was down here, she was up there, she was going to fly down to look at houses, and like, you're flying down like Friday, and by Wednesday we didn't even have anything to look at.
Yeah, there's nothing to look at.
There was nothing to even look at.
Yeah.
Like, you're flying down to look at houses, we can't even find a house that's for sale because they're flipping so fast. So the market back then was nuts.
Luckily, I have family down here.
Yeah.
Your family's down here.
Yeah, we both have family down here.
So at least we knew, like, areas that could give us an idea
areas.
of, tell me what this town's like.
Right, yeah, we knew areas.
'Cause I didn't
We've
want to
both
go
been
into
here
a big
before.
town.
Right, yeah, I've moved to cities blind. This wasn't necessarily a blind move.
No.
Right, I've jumped to states and cities blind. This wasn't a blind move, but it was challenging to get the place.
Yes,
So when we bought this house, it was the only one. I think it was Friday, maybe Thursday night.
There was like this and a couple more, but this was the one that I saw the listing for, and that they sent me, and I kept going back to it.
Right.
Because I said, if I could build a house, because I've never built a house, I've always just bought used houses. If I could build a house, I assume the builders, back in the day, let you choose what your tile was.
Yeah, depending on the type of deal.
I would have picked everything in this house
So
exactly
it was
like it was
perfect.
built.
It was
So
perfect.
there was nothing in this house
That
that
you didn't like.
I didn't like.
Yeah. So I think it was Thursday night. We were talking. You were probably flying out Saturday morning.
Yes.
Because you still had the kids and the dogs.
Yes, I
Could not
couldn't
be gone
leave.
for
I
a long
couldn't be
time.
gone for more than 12, 13 hours.
Yeah, couldn't be gone for a long time.
Yeah, I was homeschooling then, so.
Right, yeah. So we were talking Thursday night. You were going to fly out Saturday. So I'm like, okay, we found this house. I said, all right, after work on Friday, I'm going to go there, and if it looks anything like the pictures, because all we had was pictures, I'm just going to make an offer on the spot, and you can fly out Saturday, check it out, and sign the papers.
Which was hard for me because I have always been involved in buying my houses.
Right, yeah. This was almost sight unseen. Like, she saw the pictures, I'm like, okay, if it looks anything like the pictures.
Well, and you came down and you tried.
I tried to film it.
And
there's no signal on it.
And there's no.
There's no signal.
We
Yeah.
don't
Like, I was
get
going to
any
do, like, I'll do.
He's like, I'll FaceTime it.
I'll
We don't get
FaceTime
any
you.
internet.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, sorry, actually, there's no cell out there. And still, our cell is horrible. It's been 8 years. Things are getting better.
We still have bad cell,
But we still have bad cell. Internet's always a struggle out here.
I wouldn't trade it for the world, though.
No, wouldn't trade it for the world. We love it.
It
We love where we're
frustrated
at.
me at first coming from, I don't even know how fast the internet, but now I'm like,
It was pretty good. It was high
whatever.
speed. It was actual high speed.
Yeah.
Not rural high speed, really. Like, you get 8 megs, call it high speed. Like, no, it's not.
Yeah. I'm like,
That's not- they
whatever, I'll
totally
just sit
lie about
outside with
that.
my pigs.
Yeah, high
Wait-
speed has been hard.
Wait till the internet loads.
We didn't get good internet until we hit a 5G. We're on a 5G router, basically.
Which happens to not be our cell phone company.
Which is not even
So
our
we
cell
still
phone
have
company.
horrible
Still
cell
have bad
phones.
cell. Internet out here sucks. It always has. We knew that going in. But we got the house. But, like, we didn't really pick the house. Not really. Sort of.
No,
it was
sort
just
of.
all that was available. This was it.
But I'm happy with it because
We're happy with it. We love
it
it.
looks like it did in the pictures.
Yeah, we're happy with it. We love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fantastic house. Great property. We're very happy here. We've done a lot. We've done a lot to improve, and I guess we talk about that. I didn't really have any of that kind of stuff in my notes, but I mean, we could talk about that. Like, what we've done since we've got here is the first thing we did was the fence.
Yeah.
We wanted to fence it in. We wanted the privacy fence. So we had that. We had the privacy, right? We could let the dogs run free. We wanted to kind of lock in our area around
Yeah, because
the house.
we were walking our dogs.
Right, we had to walk the dogs. We didn't want to walk the dogs anymore. So we did the privacy fence.
About an acre of privacy fence.
Yeah. We did an orchard was one of the first projects. We did a French drain because the back side of the property was always a mud pit. We did a French drain, and that's worked great.
Yeah.
That was about 200-foot long French drain. That was a lot. We broke like 4 trenchers. We kept renting trenchers, and the chain would break.
Those poor people.
So we would take it back and rent another one. We rented probably rented
Everyone that
and
Home
broke
Depot had.
in the area, like in the neighboring towns. We rented and broke every trencher in the area.
It was hard soil.
It was hard soil, right? Hard soil, a lot of roots and rocks and stuff. But we dug the trench, did the French drain. We planted the orchard. We've probably planted 30 or 40 fruit trees.
Yeah.
At this point, some have died, we've had to replace, some didn't work out. Like we tried cherry trees. They didn't work out. I would have loved cherry trees.
Yeah.
They didn't work. We tried citrus, lemons, limes, oranges. We don't have the right weather for that.
Apples don't work.
Yeah.
Anything with the peas.
The peas, we've learned that in Texas, North Texas, it's peas.
Right, pecans, plums.
Persimmons,
peaches,
pears, that's it. You gotta stick with the peas out here. That's the only thing that really grows. And our plum tree just now, we've had a plum tree for years, dropped a ton of plums, it was great. We picked all the plums and the whole thing went brown, so it might be dead now. Don't know what happened.
With our luck at an orchard.
Right, it might be dead. The tree might have just died on us after we picked the plums.
Yeah.
First year.
I like to plant trees that are native.
Yeah, stick with the native. Yeah, we've got a couple tree lines you guys see.
I plant a lot of crepe myrtles.
Yeah, I don't even know, 20,
Texas
30
ash.
plant myrtles or ash trees do great.
Myrtles, yeah.
We've got planted oak trees that are doing great. The maples. We got a lot of trees you see in the video. We planted most of the trees on the property, so most of the trees you see we planted. Some were really big when we bought them, some were not.
Yeah.
Right. So that's. But yeah, we did the fence, we did the orchard, we built the chicken coop.
Yeah.
That was a huge project. Did the patio. We put out all the stone patio, the cobblestone patio we did. That's giant. Put the pool in, the garden, the turkey coop, the pig pen, the pig house. And we've done projects. We've been grinding out projects for years.
Yeah, moved that shed.
Yeah, we had to move the shed to a different spot. We didn't like where it was on the property. And that's just what we do. We do projects. We're always going to be doing projects.
That's what you do when you homestead.
Right, yeah. And that's sort of why we, kind of looping back around, which is why Two Doctors Homestead, because we thought, we're homesteaders. Like, if we're going to make a YouTube channel, that just makes sense. We feel like we're homesteaders. We're trying to be self-sufficient, right, as much as we can. I mean, realistically, in modern day, you need a lot of stuff to survive, right?
Yeah.
And I guess that part hasn't changed, but land is expensive. It's all very expensive.
Yes.
So the amount of land you'd have to actually produce 100% of all your own food is a lot.
Hundreds of acres.
A lot, yeah.
I mean, if you really want to be self-sustaining, you need hundreds of acres because you're going to have to grow your own feed for your animals.
Well, that's the part, right, yeah. If you're growing animal feed, absolutely, yeah. If we had to grow all the feed for the chickens, it's a lot. And we don't.
I mean, you're not 100% self-sufficient if you still have to go to the feed store.
And we go to the feed store. We'll get into that. We go to the feed store a lot.
Yeah, we do.
We go to the feed store every week. We probably spend more on feed than we do on groceries.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We spend more feeding the animals than we do on groceries. Now, they feed us.
Yeah.
To a certain extent.
I mean, we raised turkeys for food.
Right, we raised turkeys for food. We raised pigs for food. These guys are pets.
We've been off for a year, yeah.
Yeah, these pigs are pets if you're worried about that. But we've raised pigs for food. We got eggs from the chickens.
Yeah, we've raised a lot of pigs, and they're in the freezer, but these...
These aren't. These are savers.
I call these pets.
Right, these guys were saving these pigs.
These I'm saving.
And we may do pigs again. The last time we did 2 feeder pigs, they were about 600 pounds each. We still have like an entire stand-up freezer full of pork.
Yeah, because we grew up too.
Right, we had a lot. So we just don't have any room for any more.
Right, and these guys are too nice. They're like dogs.
Right, these guys are pets, yeah. We're keeping these pigs.
I don't know how people eat cooney pigs, but...
Pigs, the garden. Now, in terms of cost, is the pigs we raised, at least back when food was affordable, is probably the only thing we actually saved money on versus the grocery store.
Yeah, because weren't we at like $1 a pound or $1.50
the food,
a pound, like
for the pork, we butchered ourselves, which cuts the cost in half. But just buying the pig back when they were cheap, buying the feed back when it was cheap, raising it, butchering it, weighing the amount of pork we got, we actually was saved money on that.
Yeah, because I think the last time we got something like 50, 60 pounds of bacon.
Right, yeah. Right, so we actually save money. But in general, for anybody interested in homesteading, if you're already homesteading, you know what we're talking about, it's kind of expensive. You don't really save a lot of money.
Not now, it's not.
Yeah,
no, I mean,
I'd
have to say even before, with chickens it wasn't. You're always going to spend more on chickens.
Yeah. Then you get on eggs.
Then you could just buy cheap eggs at the grocery store.
Right, eggs are too cheap.
Yeah.
Chickens are expensive, eggs are cheap. All right, so that's a little bit on the homestead side. I want to talk about the two doctors side, because someone asked that recently. Why two doctors? So why PhDs? Why, we're both PhDs. I don't like to talk about what my degree's in. Same reason I don't like to talk about work, but I'll get to that. It was a personal challenge, right, is really what it was. Why do people climb Mount Everest? They want to get to the top of Mount Everest. You don't get necessarily anything for it. PhD, you do get the title. We don't use it very often, if at all ever. I mean, at work, the environment I work in, some people use it, and that's okay. Not one of those, call me Dr. Daniel. We don't do that. We don't really do that, and most of our friends don't even know. Didn't know, don't know, they don't know. It doesn't come up, and that's okay. It's okay too. We didn't do it for the title. Really did it for the personal growth, right? For the challenge.
Yeah, I never thought I could.
Never thought, right.
And, in my fields, there were very few PhDs. So, there's maybe one PhD, and that's the person that you contracted with to come in as a specialist to do stuff. So, I always looked at that person like, wow, I mean, they really, really know their stuff. They're a doctor, know. And then I got my master's because I realized I was hiring people straight out of school with their masters. Yeah. And I'm like, I need to go back and get a master's. And I did. Right. And then I was like, I'm here. Yeah. It was maybe not even 2 years later that I decided to get my PhD.
Get the PhD.
Yeah. Because you might as well finish it. My mind was, I might as well finish it. I never thought that I could do it. So I'm not going to be able to do it unless I try. So I did it.
Right. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And for me, I got my master's. I think I finished. Honestly, I have to look at my resume. But it was around 2010. I finished my master's. But it was the same thing. It was around, I think, 2008-ish when the economy was collapsing. I'm like, I need to increase my resume to be more competitive. So it really was. The master's MBA was about building out job skills, about being more competitive in the market. So I went and I got the MBA, and for anybody that doesn't have the education, I will say every degree I've gotten, bachelor's, master's, PhD, has opened doors. It does. It opens doors. It opens doors in your career. I know people say it doesn't mean anything, it's not worth anything. In my experience, it has opened doors every single time, and I have made more money every time. Yeah. It does help advance the career. Well, you could argue, does PhD worth it? Certainly MBA, they will say it's worth it all day. There's been studies that the amount of money you make in your life because you got your master's is more than you paid for your master's. So generally, in terms of like ROI, return on investment, a master's MBA will pay for itself. I don't know on a PhD. PhD is very expensive.
I think you have to want it.
You have to want it. It's climbing Mount Everest.
As a personal achievement, for yourself.
It's climbing Mount Everest. You climb to Mount Everest of education.
Right.
I'm not saying one's easier or harder than the other. That's not my point of what's harder.
A PhD is way harder than getting a master's.
Oh, yeah. No, I meant Mount Everest.
Oh.
I'm comparing to Mount Everest. I don't know. That's not my point to say one's harder than the other.
Mount Everest is done within a couple weeks.
Right, yeah. PhD.
PhD's taking years upon years.
Yeah, and I had that. So I would think it was 5 years. 5 years of work. 5 years of work to get the PhD after the master's. So the master's, I think, was about 2 years for my MBA. Yeah. PhD was 5 years. 5 years. And it's 5 years of I still worked full time. So you get up in the morning early, go to work, get home from work. Every day of the week, we'd have dinner and we'd sit down, and it was homework. It was homework until bedtime, whatever time we went to bed, 9, 10 o'clock, every night. 3-4 hours, whatever worked out, of homework every night. And then on the weekend, every weekend, you get up Saturday morning, sit down, do homework until you can't.
Yeah, because you need to get the same amount of credits as you do for a master's degree. Right. And then you have to write a dissertation. That takes. Yeah. Well, no, then you have to take a comprehensive exam that's months long. Yeah. To even see if you could write your dissertation, and then writing your dissertation takes 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. So Saturday morning, got up, did homework until we couldn't anymore. Whether it was 8, 9 o'clock, maybe take a break, eat some meals, go back doing homework. Sunday, get up, do homework until we couldn't anymore. Yeah. Monday, get up, go to work. So that was 5 years of almost 24/7, basically, homework. writing papers.
Now it's animals.
Right, writing papers. I know. Now it's animals.
Get up at dawn,
get up at dawn, feed the pigs, feed the chickens, feed the turkeys. But I mean, it was 24/7 homework for like 5 years. So huge time investment, and it's not cheap.
No,
it's not cheap. I mean, yeah. I mean, for me on my PhD, my last quarter when I was writing my dissertation was the end of student loans. So there
you maxed out.
Yeah, there is a maximum amount of student loans you can borrow in your life.
Then you have to go to private loans.
And then you got a private loan. So my last quarter was the last quarter. My dissertation mentor was a tough dude. Mm-hmm. We would argue for an hour over the meaning of a word. Right. I mean, you're writing your book, you're writing your dissertation, hundreds of pages long, literally arguing for an hour. Why'd you choose that word? Because it means this. No, it doesn't. I mean, it was brutal. It was brutal. Like had to be perfect.
I really liked mine.
Yeah, no.
My whole committee, my mentor and whole committee were great.
No. My dissertation mentor, when I was done, he's like, hey, let's work on papers together. Right, you wanted to write papers together. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't ever want to speak to you again for the rest of my life. Like, you don't understand.
And I still email them.
I know. You still, yeah. You're like, you don't understand. I don't ever want to speak to you again my entire life.
Yeah.
He's like, this is great. Let's write papers together.
Yeah,
we could do this. We could do this.
Mine pushed me to be better and to rewrite and do stuff, but they, we were all part of the process.
Yeah, he might have been enjoying it, but like, dude, I don't ever want to speak to you again. I don't ever want to speak your name again for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like, no, we're not writing papers together. We're not broskies now, buddy.
Right.
You put me through hell.
Right. Yeah.
Expensive hell. As I said, last quarter was last quarter.
You're like, I paid for this?
Right. Last quarter was last quarter. That was the end of the money, pass or fail. If I didn't get it, I didn't get it. I mean, it would have got very painful after that. So I'm like, no, never want to actually speak to you again, but thanks for the journey. Mm-hmm. Thanks for the journey. So it is a journey. PhD's a journey. As I said, I think for me, in my career, opened doors, made more money. Mm-hmm. That's not always going to be the same for everyone all the time. So if you're looking for pure educational advice with an ROI, I think master's absolutely, depending on the degree, of course. There are a lot of master's degrees where there's a good ROI, and that the money you spend on your education, you'll get back in increased wages, tons of studies on that. It's a PhD, I don't know an ROI.
Yeah,
it was a personal challenge.
There's a lot of people who do very well with no
education.
College education.
Oh, of course. Not saying it's a requirement. Right. Yep, absolutely. Mm-hmm. But our journey. So 2 PhDs, 2 doctors, Homestead, we got chickens. That counts on YouTube for homesteads.
Oh, you had to pick a name.
I had to pick a name, right?
The reality is you had to pick a name.
It's descriptive. It sounds catchy.
You picked a channel name, and that was it.
Right. It's descriptive. It seemed catchy. So work, as I said, don't talk about work. I don't talk about work on any of the videos. I don't plan on talking about work. Sign a lot of NDAs, sign a lot of intellectual property agreements.
A lot of confidential
stuff. A lot of confidential agreements. You could say I don't own my brain, and I'm compensated for that. I'm well compensated for that. Any idea...
Yeah, I learned to talk in code.
Right. Any idea that I come up with I don't own. So I'm not talking about that. I don't talk about work. I don't talk about work stuff. Don't talk about anything I do, and I'm not trying to be all fancy. That's just the reality, right? Reality of work, depending on your field, you start signing all these agreements and NDAs and IP agreements, and all of a sudden you don't own your ideas. Any idea I come up with belongs to the company. Except like homesteading and prepping, they're not going to touch that. That's so far away from anything I do.
Yeah.
That
it's just a good idea for business to not talk about your job on the
Right, don't talk about my job, don't talk about work. Can't do it, sorry guys. Not trying to be cryptic or sound fancy or anything, I just sign a lot of papers. So why YouTube? We watched a few YouTube videos. We weren't like hardcore watching YouTube.
You watched way more YouTube than me.
Right, and that was occasional. That was occasional, yeah. We thought it'd be fun. We're like, we can do this. This looks like it would be a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. Right, this is fun. Right, we can do it. We can do this. We can start a channel, have some fun, and we wanted to capture, for our own sake, some of our life.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Save the memories. It's some of it is as much family video memory stuff. It's a mix, right? It started out more on the homestead. Hey, look at the garden, look at the pigs, look at the chickens. Mm-hmm. It's sort of evolved, and that's okay. That's going to happen. That's inevitable whenever you're doing anything. So we did shift. There was a shift from just straight homesteading. Look at our garden. Hey, we grew some tomatoes. And I've been doing more prepper content, right? And that you could say is less organic.
Yeah.
Right, less organic. It's not just, oh, we got tomatoes, let's film go picking the tomatoes. It's more, it's less organic. It is more planned. And then I'm thinking, hey, I could do a video on this. I could do a video on that. Right. So less organic, certainly. But Homestead, that's our lifestyle, and it's not work related. I think we did. We did the talk about homesteading, work fun, healthy, quality of life, expensive, but quality of life is the piggies. Your piggies walking around the yard.
Yeah, I love those pigs.
Love the pigs.
Yeah.
Love the pigs, yeah.
They're so, I mean, when you get smaller pigs like that, because they are considered a mini pig because they're under 400 pounds.
Yeah.
They act like dogs.
They do.
I think everybody kind of has their animal. If you're an animal person, you have your animal. People like cats, dogs, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've evolved into farm animals as my extra joy. So
yeah. There's a lot of joy, a lot of quality of life.
Yeah, I remember playing with my little people because I'm old and little people were a big thing, and I always played with the farm set.
Yeah.
As a child, I set up my split rail fence, and I put the pigs and the horses and the cows and stuff out. As this little, Southside Chicago girl, and now I have the split rails and the all.
We actually have it.
I never thought I would.
Yeah.
Like you said, the chicken scared me.
Right. In the beginning.
I've never seen a chicken unless it was in cellophane before.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that's just the reality.
Right. Now you love
and
your
these little chickens are jumping at me, and I'm like, ah.
Right. Yeah. You breeding your chickens.
Now I'm picking up my roosters and singing to them, and they're leaning against me, and I'm giving them little kisses. So
yeah. There's quality of life. You're sitting in the pool and the pigs are out wandering around grazing. It's like being at the wild animal park all the time.
Yeah, and they catch you and they're like, "Oh, there's mom," and then they start honking at you and running over, like, "You got something for me, mom."
You can't beat the quality of life.
It's good.
It's good. So is it white prepper content? I was a Boy Scout, always prepared, second generation prepper. I'd be doing it anyway. For the most part, for most of the videos, I'd be doing it anyway if I was not making a video. So we're trying to entertain, we're trying to educate, we are trying to encourage, I think, people to be more prepared. I think there's a general lack of preparedness in society. Every time there's a storm here in Texas, people are lined up at the grocery store down the street, around the corner, buying bread and milk. I think there's such a aversion to being prepared for anything, any situation. So if I could, I would educate, I would share the information, encourage people to be more prepared. We're just in that time, I think, in world history where I think being prepared is a good idea. So it is a passion of mine. It's something that I'd be doing it anyway. I was a prepper before I became a YouTube prepper. If you want to call me a YouTube prepper now. We got a lot of videos. So we've done 236 prepper videos, done 74 prepper pantry videos as of today. We just uploaded 75. So that's total 310 videos. I've got the stats on the site. We have 801 videos done, so about 38% prepping. So you say the 8%. I'm a grinder. I've always been a grinder in life. I'll grind it out 24/7. Every day I'm a grinder, whether I'm working on my PhD or whether I'm feeding the pigs. I'm a grinder. Eventually we will get good at this, guys. We're going to keep grinding. Stick with us. Someday we'll get good at this if we keep going. That's the prepping, why homesteading. We did the book club. It was something we tried out. So we started in December of last year. We ran for actually about 7 months. We took some breaks, as you would inevitably, right? You're going to take some breaks on anything. Things in life came up. Took some breaks. Enjoyed it. We liked it. It was fun. Covered a few great books. We decided to take a break. It just wasn't right now.
It's summer. It's nice to be
summertime.
able to do stuff and not have to go live every Sunday.
Yeah. It was just the trade-off between enjoying our lives. And I'll get into that probably more later, but I get into it now. Like 4th of July came up, and I was set up. Like I could film a couple videos, or we could go out to lunch, and we could go see a movie.
Yeah, we hadn't seen a movie
and we
in
could
like
go
a year.
antiquing. So we could go enjoy life, or I could make a bunch of YouTube videos.
We enjoyed life.
We enjoyed life. Right, I didn't make the YouTube videos that day. We just went out and had a good time. And I think that's important, right? That's probably more important in life than making a bunch of YouTube videos, is just enjoying life. So there's always a trade-off, right? There's that trade-off. And we chose to enjoy life. So what are we going to do in the book club? Because we could be floating in the pool. We could be sitting on the porch, hanging out with the animals, giving the pigs belly rubs. Right, there's a lot of other stuff we could be doing.
Taking a nap.
Right, taking a nap. Right, the money we're making on this is not that much. It's not that much.
It's pennies.
It's pennies. It's joined July 28th, 2022. So I've got my stats and the battery's dying, and so we do straight one cut. So if it breaks, it's because the battery died, not because we're doing some crazy editing. I'm just seeing the little bar move and battery's dying on us. So we'll get into equipment and whatnot, what equipment we're using. So quick stats here. So join July 28th, 2022. We have 4,856 subscribers, and we love and cherish each one of you. All right, at least thank you. All right, thanks for subscribing. Right. We're glad you're here for the journey. So eventually we'll get good at this stuff. 801 videos. We're grinding out content. 5,019,000 impressions. That's not the same as views. You just got the stats on YouTube. 5 million impressions. So 5 million people have at least seen our channel.
Cover of your thing. Okay.
Right, seen the cover of the video, saw the channel, which that's kind of cool. 932,419 views. So we're getting close to 1 million views. Maybe this video will get us there. We get like about 1,000 views a video, so only 70,000 more videos. 17,000, right, keep grinding. 17,984 watch hours. So that's pretty cool. 17,000, almost 18,000 watch hours. We appreciate you guys. That's total hours watched, not the length of the videos or anything.
That's a lot of people watching you.
And there we go, we're back. I knew the camera was about to die. So that's the GoPro. We'll talk about camera equipment. Battery died. Camera overheats all the time. Super awesome. All right, so 17,984 watch hours, and we appreciate every minute of it, because some of it's 1 minute at a time, and we appreciate you guys for watching. We appreciate the subscribers, the shares, the likes, all that stuff. We really do. Keeps us going. Like if no one was watching, we might not be making them.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you'd be making them if you had
Probably wouldn't be making them. Some more demographics, if you're interested about who you are, you probably already know, but 43.6% are views from the United States. Okay. Which is pretty cool, about half. Ooh, we're international, we're global phenomenon.
I don't know any of this.
Yeah, it's just in YouTube. 75.8% of our watchtowers come from the United States. So 43% of our views, 75% of our watch hours.
Okay.
I'm not sure how that works out, but that's just the demographics or the statistics. Demographics, most viewers are between 25 and 44. So it's the largest category, 40%.
Okay.
So it's pretty good, I think. Don't know for sure. Most viewers are male, 69.3% male, 30% female. Okay. We appreciate you either way, but that's just our demographic. That's people watching our channel. So we have two top videos. I found our two top videos here. We have Angle Cut Old Craftsman with 82,988 views.
Oh, yeah.
That was a short. That was just a short. Yeah. Like I literally took a piece of wood and I was cutting the piece of wood. I was working on probably the roof on the chicken coop or something. I don't remember what I was working on. Made a video of cutting a piece of wood, 82,000 views. It was a short. So you could say that was sort of viral. You know, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what's viral. We can say that was viral. And then our longest full-length video was National Emergency Declaration Lockdowns Coming, 12,296 views. So in terms of a full-length video, I don't think we've ever really gone viral. You know, 12,000 views is okay. It's good for us. We'll take it. We've never really gone viral. We got friends that do the YouTube. Everyone's got a viral video. We've never gone viral, and that's okay. We'll just keep grinding.
You're just a grinder.
We'll just keep grinding them out, right? We're grinders. How we film, so we already talked about it. No, one take, no script. We just get in front of the camera and start talking. I've got notes because there's stuff I want to hit. Got my bulleted list of ideas. We'll throw ideas out, but we don't script it. We don't cut it. We don't do any of that kind of stuff. Just get in front, start talking.
Which makes it easy for editing.
It makes the editing a little bit easier, yeah. We're not doing, like you see people's videos, and I'm not putting them down, but like you're a minute into the video and you can see they've cut like 16 times. 16 cuts. I'm not naming anybody. You see the videos when you're watching it, and they'll say like 3 things and then it cuts, and say like 1 thing and it cuts. Like they're cutting every few seconds.
I guess what we're saying is we don't mind embarrassing ourselves.
Right, we just ramble. I'll just go on the ramble, right? And once again, 10,000 hours eventually.
We don't care about being perfect.
Eventually you get good at the ramble, right. I guess, right? But no, we're not cutting. We're just sitting here talking. Camera equipment, GoPro Hero 11. is our camera.
It's worked.
It works. It's imperfect. It's not the perfect camera. It's not the best camera. It was an affordable camera we got on Christmas sale. Camera equipment's expensive. Actually, putting together a YouTube channel is expensive. Camera equipment's expensive. Maybe this Christmas we'll look at something else.
Sure.
It was a huge step up from what we had before. It's a Sennheiser MKE 400 shotgun mic, because the mic on the GoPro wasn't good. Just didn't seem good. So we got a mic. It's attached to the top of the camera. Can't really show you that. First year, almost the entire first year, at least till the end of the first year, we were filming on our cell phones.
Yes, and my cell phone, or your cell phone and my cell phone, wouldn't upload anything if it was over a minute.
Yeah. We were stuck at this 1 minute mark.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Which, whatever, maybe it's our laptop, we've replaced the laptop. But once you filmed it, if you tried to transfer it to the laptop, if the clip was longer than 1 minute, it wouldn't go.
No, it would just error out.
So we were trying to film like cooking stuff and everything. You had to pause. You had to stop filming after a minute. And start filming again. After a minute, start filming again, or we'd never get the clips off. So first year, bad equipment, it was just a hassle. That was kind of a nightmare, trying to get through the first year. But we stuck with it, we ground it, got a better camera. Janet does the editing, right? Software, CyberLink Power Director.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, and then...
That's what I use.
That's what you use, and then music.
That's what he bought, so that's what I use.
Right, we were going to talk about music.
I
because
use the
people ask about music.
That's already in...
The software. Right, there's a list.
There's a list and it's limited, so...
Yeah, we just use that.
I try to just use what's there.
Right, yeah.
I'm pretty simple like that.
Right, it's in the software, we're not using the stuff on YouTube.
The only thing I film is Prepper Pantry.
Yeah, that's your thing.
That's the only thing I film.
That's your jam. You film it, you edit it. You edit all of them, but...
I do the grocery store.
Right.
Because I have to film you walking around the grocery store, so I do all the filming.
Yeah, does all the filming, does all the...
If there's anything else you want to see at the grocery store and you have any suggestions, just tell me.
Let her know.
I mean, I'll film it different or anyway. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me.
Right, you just film it. It's your thing.
I just film it. That's my project every week, is to film the grocery store.
Film the grocery store.
And to then edit all the videos, which again is easy because he does one take.
It is mostly one take. So mostly film on the weekend, right? And I think we had already mentioned that. I mean, I know a lot of YouTubers, they do every day. I work every day.
Yeah.
You know, like
maybe YouTube's their job.
Right, YouTube's the job. If you're making money, we're not making that kind of money. I work Monday through Friday, sometimes on the weekends, sometimes long days, you know, especially when I go to the office. It's a lot of hour commute, you know, 3 hour commute, 12 plus hour days sometimes. Had a 15-hour day not too long ago. So I don't do a lot of filming Monday through Friday. It's just not an option, right? Not an option for me.
Unless you want to see him tired and crabby.
Tired and crabby, yeah. Look, I'm tired. Hey, let's make a video.
Right, let's wait till the weekend.
I'm exhausted, not feeling it. So yeah, we film mostly on the weekends. So we do 4 videos a week. That's just been our thing. I think anything more than that would be too much.
Yeah, you have to have work-life balance.
And we had a cache where, you know, like, I'll take the weekend and try to film enough videos, say 4 or whatever videos. We had like 6 weeks ahead at one point.
We were like 4 to 6 weeks ahead.
We were like 4 to 6 weeks, so we had filmed, you know, we grind it out over the weekend.
Now we're uploading and it comes out tomorrow.
Right, yeah, we lost our cache. We lost our backlog because we tried, like I said, to grind it out Saturday, film 10 videos, something like that, try to come up with the ideas, film the videos, put them out. We took time off. It's summertime.
Yeah.
Right? You know, I did a massive repair project on the chicken coop. Right? Replaced a lot of dry rot in the flooring, took out some structural, huge project on the chicken coop. Replaced our garage door. That was a weekend project, DIY or die, replaced the springs, did the whole thing ourselves. Did a massive project on my truck, replaced a ton of components on my truck.
Yeah.
That was like 3-4 day project. So, I mean, we've done a month.
Yeah, and the garden has been.
Garden's been a lot of work.
Every day I go out to the garden for a couple hours.
You're working on the garden all the time.
Raising baby chickens.
Raising the chickens, raising the turkeys.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot to do in the summertime and spring.
Yeah, I mean, we kept the content going, but we probably took a month off. More or less, if not longer, of making videos. We'd still do the book club occasionally, but we took like a month off making videos. Our backlog is gone. Our cache is long gone. This is going live right away. So maybe we'll build it back up.
Maybe you'll build it up when it gets cooler outside.
Sometimes we're not filming it.
Less busy.
Right, less colder, colder, less busy, that kind of thing. But yeah, we lost our backlog. We're pretty much real time right now. Maybe we'll build it back up. You know, we just want to keep it going. I mean, if I get a busy weekend at this point, there's no videos. So that's something we've looked at, we've talked about. So we've tried to do 4 videos a week, but we could hit a point in the near future where there's
stuff to do this weekend. I got to mow.
Right, we got stuff to do. There could be no videos. We'll see. We'll try to do it where we can. Avoid politics. We'll kind of end with that. You guys see, I try not to go too hard into politics. Not that I'm not politically as a person.
Politics and religion are something people should not discuss unless they want to get in a nasty discussion.
Right, yeah. I mean, you know, you see movie stars that get political, not saying I'm a movie star, but you immediately alienate half your fan base.
There's people that I don't even watch anymore.
Right, because they've gotten political.
How rude they are. But I mean, it's not just about that. I don't care what your side is. You don't have to be so rude about everybody else.
Right. So we don't want to alienate, right? We're trying to keep focused on homesteading, prepping. You know, sometimes we'll dig in on different things that we feel are important, relevant, you know, edutainment, educational, entertaining that we need to draw awareness to. Edutainment, right?
You can make up your own words now. Right,
edutainment. Yeah. So I think that's it, right? And once again, you know, we appreciate you guys, everyone that's come along for the journey. You know, it's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of time, but it's been fun.
You work hard on this, Jake.
Yeah, it's been fun.
You certainly do.
Right, it's been fun. We do enjoy it. We enjoy making the videos. We're going to make a couple more videos today.
Yep.
But we also got chores. So we got chores to do today. Right, we got a couple hours at least of chores, minimum, probably 4 or 5 hours of chores today. After the 3 hours of chores this morning.
Right.
We still got more chores today. So that's homesteading for you right there. But we enjoy it. It's worth it. It's the lifestyle we chose. So thank you. Thank you guys. We appreciate it once again, everybody that's watching. We want to do this for the anniversary. Just kind of dig in why we're here, what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know.
That works.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you.